brings happiness, brings joy. Joy. Who doesn't want joy? Who doesn't want joy? We all want joy.
Now I'm rolling where the wild winds come. No more clocks, no high-rise walls.
Hello beautiful souls, and welcome on another bit of a walk out. Absolutely stunningly beautiful day. Look at that up there, not a cloud in the sky, not a cloud in the sky. We love it. Absolutely beautiful. Spring is springing, or it's sprunging. No, it's not sprunging yet, it's springing. Hope you're all well, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Today I just wanted to talk about, whilst I'm having a bit of a walk out, I've had a few people that have messaged asking about why or how is less is more. In general, I'm sure most people know, I'm sure they understand, but let's break it down a little bit. So if you've got less things, less stuff in your life, it's all this stuff, it all equates to thoughts. So it's like having hundreds and hundreds of thoughts in your mind going around and spinning around, and I'm sure you all know about that. Having all these things, these possessions, all these extra possessions and all these things is exactly the same. It's all these thoughts in the mind, and when we remove all these thoughts, we gain clarity and we gain more focus from it, just by having less things to think about, less things to see, less things around us, less choices. We don't have as many choices of things. I mean, when you go to a wardrobe in the morning, you go to put your clothes on and you've got 30 tops to put on, and you decide that's something that is embedded, that goes into you and it stays in you when you've got more. It's like the people that go to a cake shop. You go to a cake shop and they've just got so much variety nowadays that you can't make a choice. It takes you ages to make a choice. Where if you've got less, if you've only got a choice of say 2 or 3, the choice is made and you get on with your life and you move on. And that's the same with all possessions, all things, all stuff. And that's what it is, it's stuff. You can't take it with you, you've only got it whilst you're here, and it gives you far more clarity when you've got less stuff. Far more clarity. It also brings you into the present moment. And I'm sure most of you have heard about it's been pushed over the recent 20, 25, 30 years. Well, it's actually been pushed over longer, but it's only gone into mainstream over the last 20, 25 years. It's being present in the present moment, living in the present moment. And what this means is that you've got no thoughts of the future. I mean, you make plans, but right at this moment, you've got no thoughts past what you're doing right now. So like I'm talking to you right now, this is my world, this is everything right now, because this is the present moment, me talking to you. So all my attention and my focus is on just doing this and just talking to you beautiful souls. Yes, I'm walking at the same time, but it's like a meditative walk. But you can then not think about what you've done in the past. I don't have to think about where I've been up there. I don't have to think about that, because all there is right now. This is the only thing, and it is actually it's the only reality there is this present moment. So it's being mindful that that's all there is. And when you're mindful of this present moment, you're mindful of everything. And this is what getting rid of stuff and not having as much stuff helps you with. It takes you out of the past, out of the future, and brings you in the present, because you can focus more. You can be more present right now, right this minute. And when you're more present right this minute, you've got more you feel the happiness that each one of us has got already inside. Whether your life is not happy, you've still got happiness inside you. You've still got love inside you. This is where love and happiness comes from, inside us. And we've always got it. We just forget it's there. And one of the reasons why we forget it's there is because we have so much going on, so much stuff. The internet nowadays, I know this is a fantastic medium and you're seeing this through the internet, but there is so much out there, all this social media, all these posts, and this is why people get addicted to scrolling. They just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, looking at posts on whatever social media it is. They just scroll and scroll and scroll. And the social media companies know that you do this and know that this is an addictive process. They know it. So their algorithms and the way they do it make you suddenly see something and then stop you from seeing something, so you scroll and scroll and scroll and you see more adverts then. Just in the same way, if you click on a post by accident and you didn't mean to click on it and it's got nothing that you like in it anyway, when you click off it, then you see more posts the same. And that's the same with things, with stuff. When you buy more stuff, it's fully addictive. It's an addiction nowadays. So when you've got less stuff, you haven't got as much of all this around you. You haven't got all these choices to do. So it brings you back into the present moment, and you gain more focus, more clarity on what you're doing and when you're doing it and how you're doing it. This is when you start achieving goals for the future. Because being in the present moment doesn't mean to say that you don't look to the future, think to the future. What it means is that you decide you want a goal, you decide you want something. I'm going to swap you side a second because I'm turning the other way into the sun. So you don't decide that... no, where was I? I completely lost myself there. I was going to digress onto something else. Anyway, yeah, goals. So you have goals, but when you got less in your life, you got more focus on it. And it doesn't mean to say you don't think about the future and the goals that you have. You set the goal. You decide you want something. You set your goal, but then you don't think about it all the time. You don't think about it continually in the future. You think about it in the present. And what that means is that you take each individual step that you can take in the present moment to reach that goal. And this, having less stuff, having less things about, helps you with this. It helps. It helps. Sorry, I was just looking behind there. Thought I heard a noise. It helps with this. So, when I say less is more, when other people say less is more, it means less stuff, more present moment, more happiness, more joy, more clarity. We don't need stuff. We don't need it. We want it. And the past God knows how many centuries, the way people have created adverts and sales pictures and things, they've made us think that it's a need. They've made us think that we need the next and the next and the next and the next and the next, and we need to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, and we need new and we need new and we need all this stuff, we need all this stuff, we need all this stuff. We don't need, we want. And there's nothing wrong with wanting. Nothing wrong with wanting. The issue is nowadays is that most people think it's a need instead of a want, and they live way beyond their means to try and keep up with the Joneses and try and keep up with all this addiction to wanting. So when you have less stuff, you have more life, you have more time in life. You have more. This clarity and focus is a phenomenal thing, and a lot of people. Sorry, I got a spider's web there. Look, a spider has attached itself to me. It's a wonderful thing. So when I say less is more, I mean less stuff, less things. You don't need all them things. This is why van life helps people with their mental, with their psychological self, their mental health. It helps a lot of people because you haven't got more. You have very little stuff. You don't have many stuff. And because you haven't got many stuff and much stuff, then you've got more focus and more clarity. Which means you've got more peace and relaxation. You don't have the stresses. Because that's what stuff does. It stresses, it creates a stress because it gives you all this stuff to come in. All this stuff to come in. Same with social media. Same with the bloody telly. The TV. Watching TV is a horrendous thing. Psychologically, it's a horrendous thing. I mean, this has been, you could go out there and have a look and search. It's been psychologically proven that TV is a disgusting, horrendous thing for people to watch, especially when they watch things like the news and stuff like that. These programs that you see, these regular weekly programs or daily programs that you see, they've got psychologists that work for them. They've got psychologists that work for them that help them out in a psychological process to make people watch it, to make people continue watch it, to make people on edge with it. And the news is a fear-based thing. They just like people, and the fear is an addiction. And more people get involved and more people talk about it, and they watch it again and they watch it again. I could go on about that for ages, but less, it's more. Less stuff means more focus, more clarity, more calm, more peace, more living in the present moment, right here, right now. Right here, right now. And the present moment is when you close your eyes. The second you open them, it's there and then it's gone. But you live in it because you give all your focus and mindful attention to what's in front of you. When you're talking to somebody, you're more mindful and you've got your focus and your attention on them and actually listening to what they say. You're not just making up an answer before they've finished, making up a response before they've finished. You're waiting until they're finished, and then even if you think about it for a moment in the present moment and then give an answer. Even when you're doing the dishes, you're washing dishes and you're washing dishes. You feel the water on your hands, you feel the soap, the bubbles, you feel the plates or whatever you're washing, you can feel it. And you're giving all your focus and mindful attention to whatever is in the present moment right now. Brings peace, brings clarity, brings focus, brings love, brings happiness, brings joy. Joy. Who doesn't want joy? Who doesn't want joy? We all want joy. And it's, let me go down there a bit, it's just here. It's just here. It's in your heart. Thank you very much. I'll stop waffling on now. I was going to digress then, but I'm not going to. Thank you very much. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and kind to everybody else. Much love and many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for watching.
Some say I lost the plot that day, but I reckon really I found my way. Traded the cage for a life untamed, and I do it all